we got to talk about Rich Eisen's comments he made on the New York Giants there. So a lot of comments coming, over through him. And to be frank, a lot of them are spot on. Rich Eisen is always a guy I enjoy listening to and hearing his thoughts on. He's a guy that I think for somebody who covers sports as a whole really does spend a lot of time finding things out, or at least has a staff that finds this stuff out for him, because his opinions are usually pretty damn good. And here's what he said on Daboll and Jones. He said, what Daboll's calling, guys, people are open. They are first drive. Nabers gets open on a third down, and Jones with a clean pocket airmails him. The flea flicker. Now you could field, and you got Tyrone Tracy Jr., who, by the way, is a very talented kid. He's good. Giants have some players who can catch it and run it. And why are you calling a flea flicker? Well, because it was going to work there where two guys on route. They were both wide open, and Jones held on to it. And the top of the screen, I saw this live. If you watch the replay again, if you show the replay of the all-22, you can see Daboll at the top of the screen kind of losing it. He's scheming them open, guys. They are open. And I don't disagree, guys. If you watch the games, you can see how many poor throws Jones has, how many times people are wide open. He just doesn't throw it to him. He is holding this offense back like you would not believe.
Yeah.
Holding it back.
He's giving us, he's underestimating himself by underthrowing it, and we're overestimating a lot of the DJ lovers out there. Overestimating his power when he overthrows those balls. Yeah. So
it's almost like you got to wonder if the opposing team is giving him the paychecks. The way he's playing, he's like the MVP for the opposing team a lot of games. I mean, he's had some games like the Seattle game, not a bad game. There's definitely the first Commanders game, not a bad game, but he really hasn't had that great game. And I just don't think he has it in anymore. Like I said, I just think he's done. Rich Eisen talking about ownership's feelings on the Giants. He said they love Daboll. The owners love him. There's a lot to like about him. Certainly when you meet, he's just like a regular dude. Saban guy, Belichick guy, the type of guy you want in New York. And I don't disagree on him there. There's a reason, guys, that they're already saying basically that no matter what Shane and Dave were coming back, this ownership group really likes them. And guys, we can talk about the fact that there's a lot of things that need to be changed, and there definitely is. You could talk about the fact that there's a mistake made by trusting 2022 as being legit and them trying to load up for even better 23. There's definitely mistakes made, guys. But everybody makes mistakes in this business. Every single person. And I still think if you look at their roster, I'll still say it till I'm blue in the face here. We're a quarterback away. Point blank, a quarterback away. So, Malik Nabers, on him, he said, you remember the red flags on Nabers coming out of the draft? I didn't see a damn thing. He's on it. He's prepped. He's ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a couple of knucklehead things, and we talked about like just him going out and talking about like, hey, I go to New York. Yeah, they need a quarterback. I mean, he wasn't wrong, but it's a bonehead move to say to the franchise you're going to.
Correct.
It's kind of like you start a new job. Like, I'll be really good at this job if I had a different boss.
Yeah. Or like a team lead, I guess.
Yeah, team leads. Yeah,
that's probably the best way to word it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think a lot of what Rich Eisen's saying is dead on. Guys are wide open. This offense is not as bad as it looks, just as an incompetent quarterback at it. I mean, if you look at this team, honestly, guys, it's stacked. He mentioned Tyrone Tracy Jr. You have literally the best rookie running back in the league right now. Then you go to Malik Nabers. You have the best rookie wide receiver in the league right now. Then you go to the offensive line, which is playing much better as a whole. Granted, we've had some issues with Andrew Thomas being out, but who wouldn't miss Andrew Thomas? He's the best lineman we have by far. This team is not nearly as far as people think on offense. And it's so hard to judge some of the guys. You might go, okay, there's a little bit of disappointment in guys like, let's say, Theo Johnson as an example. I know some people are expecting big things from him. How do you judge a player when this is your quarterback?
100%. It was funny. I was actually talking about this at work earlier to an Eagles fan.
Maybe should have been working.
Yeah, I probably should have been working. But instead, we're talking football. And he flat out was like, yeah, you guys are garbage. Like, this is what I expect of you guys. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, we got a top-rated defense with, we're coming in with the high caliber amount of sacks. Like, secondary needs work. But we got one of the best defensive lines that are stepping up and putting pressure on the quarterback. It's like you got an offensive line that's the best, the most improved in the league, going from from the bottom to the middle of the pack, but it's most improved. Like when you do power rankings and you go up by 15, that's a lot. And in a league that has 32 teams. And it was like, you got generation talent at Malik Nabers, was on pace to beat Puka Nakua's numbers with a terrible quarterback. Yeah, with terrible quarterback play. It's like you got a rookie running back who's averaging over 5 yards, per carry. It's like, what's not to like? And then you got, Wandell and you got Slayton. It's like they have a lot of hope in this team. It's a good play call and just bad decision making behind the line, behind the offensive line.
Yeah, and I use the mention of Theo Johnson because I still think there's a lot of promise there, and I'm curious to see with a different quarterback, which obviously we're going to see very soon potentially. I'm curious what happens with them, because sometimes a player like that is still learning. You stunt his growth by putting him with the bad quarterback point play, and that's part of why you got to make the change. You can't be stunting growth of the young players just to keep a guy in there that's not going to be here past this year, guys, because that's 100% where we're at. And then you mentioned, like you said, the defense. I mean, we're leading the league in sacks right now. We're average as far as points per game allowed, which is the big thing I care about. That's the most important stat, guys. I always say it. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face here. There's two stats that matter more than anything else: how many points you're putting up and how many points you're giving up. Those are the two most crucial things. Everything else, it doesn't matter if you're first in the league. In every single thing else, if you're giving up a lot of points and you're not scoring a lot of points, it's going to be a rough season for you. It's a very simple thing. I don't know why people overanalyze the hell out of it. It's very, very simple on that effect. And like I said, we got everything to be not a great team, guys. I'm not trying to sit there and say we're Super Bowl caliber with the quarterback. We're not. Let's be honest. But we're a borderline playoff team, I think, still with a good quarterback. I still will swear by that. And I know some people will say I'm crazy. Some people will say I'm a homer. I see some of the Giants content creators that just are you think this team is a quarterback away. You're crazy. They have this, and this, And granted, there's holes. That's why we're not a Super Bowl caliber team. We still need to stop the run better. We still need a corner. I think. I don't think Deonte Banks is a CB1. That's for sure. And he may develop into one later on, but right now he's not. He's in over his head. We still need, potentially another weapon on offense of some kind there, because you got the drops of Wandell, you got Slayton being a free agent coming up soon. Like, there's still some things that need to be done to this team. It's not a complete team yet, but there's a whole lot worse, guys.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. We were talking about before. Like you sub out. Yeah, I said it last time before I lost power. But you take out DJ, you sub in a Kirk Cousins. You could be potential saying they have 6 wins, and now tonight's game is on the line for a lot more than what was already happening.
Yeah,
because you take it away, you're looking at 7 wins from the Commanders, but if we go 1-1, they got 6 wins, and then we have 6 wins, and then now if they beat the Eagles, we're right around this crazy thing tie, and we're going to a bye. Things would be a lot different.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I just thought it was a lot of good points by Rich Eisen there that he mentioned.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.